So if you're looking to bring in more elements and amplify your live performance, then I've got 5 tips to help you along your journey. Everyone has some sort of horror story with technology, including myself. Even at the highest level, I've toured with A-list artists in the arena level, and I've heard of horror stories at Madison Square Garden of a playback person just losing control and there was no sound for like 10 minutes, which is an eternity in the live show world. And me, myself, it's embarrassing to admit it now, but like when I was first starting out, there was one show where I couldn't get my violin sound through the PA and I was trying everything I could. I didn't know how to communicate to the front of house person about what I needed and how everything was routed. I also had another scenario where I was performing and my laptop, my software crashed and I didn't have a backup plan, and it was just like, I was left standing on stage like really, really embarrassed. So it was through all of these experiences that I made it my mission to learn all about the technology, learn about what to do, what not to do, all the different caveats. There's so many different things that can go wrong. And when you're an artist that's a solo artist and you're doing everything on your own, there's a lot of different hats to wear. I mean, you're performing, you're setting up your gear, you're advancing the show, you're sometimes being your own monitor person, sometimes you're communicating to the front of house. Maybe there's no one even mixing your front of house, and that's the person that's out there doing all of your sound. So you have to be really on point with all of these different things. And so through all of this, I've learned how to master every single aspect of doing it yourself. I see a lot of people that their eyes are trained on their gear and they're not connecting with the audience. It looks like they're checking their email, which is the big joke. And it's really important, I think, for artists to learn how to use the technology so they're comfortable in a way that they can be engaging with the audience. So it's no wonder that people joke about pressing spacebar or checking their email on stage. Even artists like deadmau5 have said, we all press play. And at the time, it was like really controversial because he was basically owning up to saying, hey, I'm just up here like rocking out and it's more about the visuals and the lighting than it is about my performance. And I agree, like at a large level, these artists on stage, people are there to party, they're there to move. They're not necessarily interested in what their hands are doing or like what the artist is doing on stage. They just want to like feel that vibe, right? And I think that's totally valid. It's about the lighting, it's about the visuals, it's about the whole atmosphere, it's about the whole show. Now at a smaller level, if an artist like me or one of my friends gets on stage and we're just pressing play and we're standing there, it's just really not that engaging. It's not that interesting to watch. And so I think it's important for people when they're learning about how to use technology and controllers and different things live on stage to be able to really use the technology, to be able to rock out with their controllers, with their vocal effects, with their looping, whatever it is. And so it's really important to have those moments to be improvisational, to say, make different decisions, to say, okay, in this moment, I want to try this. I want to loop my vocal and do this here. I want to like add this effect here. I want to add this drum pattern here. I want to overdub myself. I want to like go into a completely different part of the song. You know, I want to switch up the set list live on stage. To be able to have those choices and to be able to have the freedom to make those choices on stage is really, really important to me to help artists and to help show them that it can be more than just pressing play or pressing spacebar or whatever you want to say. A lot of artists rely on techs or DJs or a member of the band to perform with them and to trigger the songs. And I know how it is to be a front person and you just want to have that like telepathy going with a member of your band or whoever's controlling the tracks and say like, hey, I don't want to do that song anymore. I want to do this song. And when you're in control of everything, you can just make that decision in the moment. And you're vibing off the audience. Maybe the audience is more mellow that night and they're not feeling like this high energy stuff. Or maybe you need to kick it up a notch because they're like really, really grooving and your next song is more down tempo and they're like in a vibe. So to be able to make those decisions in the moment for yourself and be independent is so empowering, and it's just an amazing feeling when I see artists just get up on stage and kill it and press those buttons and make those decisions on their own. So when I perform a show, I do everything from advancing my tech to giving mix notes to mixing my own in-ears, setting up my gear on stage, and performing. And it's important for me to understand every single aspect of the process so I can best guide people when they are helping me. But I don't always have the opportunity to have help. Like sometimes I fly to a different city and perform a show and it's just me. And I have to be able to handle all of the gear. I have to be able to do everything. Working with artists that are doing something new for the first time, that are controlling everything themselves, they should be able to cut them a break and work with them. And so I really want to help artists to have the terminology to work with the sound people themselves, to just go in there with confidence and like, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm trying to do. Please help me achieve my goal so that I can have the best show possible. And really, it's important for me to give artists that confidence and to help them communicate and to be able to wear all of the hats. I know this sounds really crazy because I love Instagram and I'm on there all the time. But recently I've been tuning into exactly how much time I've been on there, and it's kind of a lot, and those hours add up, right? So I know that it's important for us as artists to promote ourselves and what we're doing, but I think there's also something to be said for an incubation period where you're working on something and you're really going all in on it. And the process of designing your own live show and leveling up your show, I think really deserves that time. Like imagine if you took that hour a day that you were spending on Instagram and you put it towards your show. In 2 months, you would have so many hours behind you and your live show would be that much more incredible. So in 2019, I'm definitely trying to reclaim some of my time that I'm spending on social media and really go all in on my own live show, especially to get ready for festival season this summer. I'm playing a bunch of amazing shows that I'm really excited about. And so I encourage you to do the same. Like look at your time, see how you can manage your time and see if there's anywhere you can shave off some hours to put towards going all in on your live performance. Because it really is a process and there's like a step-by-step framework to follow when you're putting together your own show.
Hey there, so I hope that you found this training valuable and can implement some of these suggestions and tips into your own live performance. I recorded that a few months ago, and now I'm actually in a beautiful space called Cosm in upstate New York, where I've been working in an Ableton Live retreat. And so it's been incredibly valuable for me these last couple of days because I just never stop learning. I just continually learn. A few people said, why are you going to a retreat? You already know everything. And every time I go and learn new things from different teachers, I just leave feeling so much more fulfilled and leave with tidbits and things that I never knew before. So I'm constantly learning and I'm constantly growing at every stage of my career, which I think is super fun and cool and really helps me grow as a person. So if you're interested in this kind of learning as well, you might like to check out my 8-week intensive program, the Transmute Accelerator. Transmute is designed to take your live performance from a beginner level to an advanced level in just 8 short weeks. We're going to be talking about all sorts of ninja things in this program. And our goal is in the 8 weeks that you'll spend from us, you will have a kick-ass live show by the end of it. And I'm going to tell you all of my secrets. It's going to be really, really fun. So we're offering Transmute again coming up. So click the button below this video to find out more, including details of a very limited early bird special offer. So I hope to see you there. Transmute is amazing. Last time we had people from all over the world. We had a famous film composer. It was really, really special. So I hope to see you there.